everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Melody.
Jason Levine.
And we are continuing on this journey of discovering the greatest games of all time according to these guys.
Yeah.
We're going into the 60s today, right? So that will be interesting. We're getting to, I have no more interesting things to say about this, so let's just start.
Yeah, I mean, according to us, so these really are the best games of all time.
So far, I've been pretty happy with your choices. I think you can both stay on the dice tower for a while.
Let's go to number 70. Now, this one, some games have dropped a lot on my list. This one dropped 61 spots on my list.
This was number 9 last time?
This was number 9. It's Dice Masters. It's dropped a lot. I still like Dice Masters. I still really like it.
I got kicked off the list completely. It's your fault, though. You make me sort it out too much.
I still love Dice Masters. It's number 70 on my list. The problem is I don't love it as much as I used to love it because there's just so much of it now.
Better not be because of that other game.
I don't know if it's because of that other game, but Dice Masters, it's still an amazing game. It's still an amazing time. I mean, I could pull out any deck now and play, and obviously I have everything you could ever imagine. Too much of it.
Well, you also have too much.
He has two of everything.
I have 2 of every single thing ever made.
I don't even have everything.
Yes.
2 of everything.
I have everything, and I still love it. We don't play it as much as we used to together, but I still love it, and I just don't love it as much as I used to love it. So that's why it ended up number 70. But that's not saying anything bad about the game.
That's true. Great game. Amazing game.
Okay, so my number 70 is Stockpile.
Ooh.
We almost played that yesterday, too.
Yes, we did. Ooh.
I like Stockpile because I like how you can kind of like manipulate how much the stocks are, and then so when you buy the stock, you like try to get it at a cheaper price and then sell it at a more.
Just as an FYI, I don't do this in real life. I'll be visiting you in jail.
I only do the Hollywood one, and I'm not using real money in there. But I just thought the game was a whole lot of fun, so it's my number 70.
That's a great game.
Stockpile is a great game. My number 69, everyone knows I'm a Star Wars fan, and
yes, a geek, unlike
and a true Star Wars geek, yes. And yes, this is that game that Tom asked about. Star Wars Destiny is my number 69.
It's not as good as
okay, both of them are collectible, and I think that's the main reason why they both are not higher on my list.
Yeah, but
because of the collectability.
Not as collectible this year, so it's going to go back
I know.
up.
Warhammer 40K might change things, but for now, they're still both collectible games, which is one of the reasons that they lowered. I was more infatuated early on, but now Star Wars Destiny, this game isn't so much a dice game compared to Dice Masters. Yes, you use dice, but the dice just randomize your attacks more than anything else. It's more of a card game. But you really feel like you're in the Star Wars universe. You really feel like you're doing a battle and constructing those decks and building cool things. And, you know, I'm going to be the Emperor and I'm going to use Force Lightning on you, or I'm going to be Darth Vader and I'm going to Force choke you. And you really get a good feel of the Star Wars universe, real like combat between these different people when you're playing this game, and it's a wonderful card game.
All right, cool.
So my number 69 is a deck building game. I just got tired of it over the years because it just started like.
This used to be in your top 10, I'm guessing.
I don't know. It was higher. That's all I remember. Dominion.
Yeah, it was pretty high for you before, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it just kind of too many expansions for me, at least, because I don't even play all of them anymore. I still really like the game though. I do like how you build the deck and like get the different money cards to get like the different like Providence and like the different like places to get points. And my favorite card is the black market card.
Right, we both like that card.
That's because you put it in every single time in every game you play.
Fun.
But that's because
it
brings every card in the game, right?
Yeah, it's fun because you have a
Even
card
you
no one
like
else
the black
has.
market.
I love the black market, but I don't put it in every game like you do.
Well, I don't put it in every game, but every game when I'm playing not new stuff. I'm like, all right, we're using the black market. Yeah, this is still a great, fast, fun deck building game.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is. So my number 68, this one is not a collectible game. I don't think I have many more collectible games on this list, if any. But my number 68 is another abstract. I like abstracts, and it's photosynthesis. This one,
I'm still not convinced that this is an abstract game about light on plants giving. The theme is there.
No, that's what I was about to say. It's an abstract, but the theme shines through.
Then that's not an abstract.
Shines through because it's the sun shining through the trees.
You shouldn't have to explain a pun.
I'm unabstracting it, but it's a Euro abstract. You're collecting sun points. You're using them to grow your trees, but the trees could block the sunlight from the other trees, and it's just an amazing, amazing game. I can't believe it's his first design. Every time I think about him as a designer, I'm like, this is the first game he designed, and it is incredible. And to just come up with this is amazing. And yeah, I'm always singing little songs. I'm singing the Rush song, The Trees, every time I do it. But it's, I mean, you like it too, right?
I do.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful abstract game.
Cool.
Okay, so my 68, it is a collectible game. Smash Up.
Well, that's not really collectible.
Well, you collect the different thingies. I call it collectible.
That's
If you have-
expandable.
Expansions,
Well,
LCG
I don't know.
style.
It's
Well,
not
it definitely
exactly
has a lot of
expansion.
factions now. I can't even keep track of all the
Big-
factions.
Like, does the big box even hold all of them?
It does, but it's getting close.
I like Smash Up because you can like pick like 2 different decks. Like my favorite faction to use with like anything is the robots. I just really like the robots.
You do like the robots.
And my least favorite is like the ghosts and the zombies. I don't like not because they're like I don't really like zombies in general, but I don't know. I don't like using their decks. But I like this game because you like try to control the different lands and like you're fighting with like the different cards, and I just think it's a lot of fun.
It is good. Yeah.
It is.
I'm a shapeshifter wizard.
I like the ponies. I'll admit it. I might be a brony because I like the pony in King of Tokyo, as we talked about. I like the
You can like the ponies in this one.
Bronies forever.
What's your next one?
Okay, so my next one is number 67. This one's, I guess, it's not new, but it's a few years old now, but it still stands up. It's viticulture. I really
wise
like this.
choice.
You're obviously, it's a worker placement. You're making wine. I really like the expansion too, where you're making the cheese and.
Really? You like the cheese thing?
I like the whole thing with the cows and everything. I throw in everything when I do this game. I could throw in every expansion in there. The cheese, what was the other one with the other side of the
There
cheese
was
one?
pasta.
The pasta, everything.
That's bad advice, everyone. Do not throw all in.
The sideboard makes it even cooler. I mean, the game was cool already, but the sideboard makes it even cooler. And this, I still think it's like, the pinnacle of his design. Even though it's one of his older designs, I love viticulture.
It's a great design, for sure.
Okay. So my 67, this game I fell in love with it the first time we played it, and now that Holly has a phone, I can play with her like all the time. It's World of Yoho.
World of Yoho.
I love Yoho.
I bet this didn't make your top 100 though.
It didn't, but
Did you forget about it?
No.
The problem is
There's so many games that I like more, but I think Yoho is still the most innovative game out there. I love that you
have the phone and
is
then
your
you move.
piece.
Yeah.
Your phone is your piece, and it gives you all the information right there. I wish that they made more for
And
this.
then the fighting scenes are awesome. Like you have the
Yes.
phone next to each other, and you can see the cannonball shoot from one phone to the other.
That is really cool.
Why they haven't made expansion for this?
It just didn't really take off that much.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, and also there are some problems. You all need to be on the same server, and you need to
Yeah.
have phones. And
Like, we once
it
played and
drains
there
your
wasn't
phone
bad-
battery pretty quickly.
Yeah, we tried to play it once, and there wasn't good Wi-Fi, and it just fell
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah, but it's still most innovative game of all time, I think.
I don't know if I would say that, but it is really cool. World of Yoho, yay!
Good choice. So my number 66, this is a new one, and it's Matt Gertz again, and it's Transatlantic.
Okay, so this is super new.
This
It's the
is-
newest game on your top 100 so far. So far.
So far, Yeah.
Another game I haven't played.
I haven't played it either.
Like, I love his rondels, but I love his, I guess, deck rondels. I don't even know what to call it.
I call it hand management because you're putting cards in your hand, playing them, picking them up again.
Yes.
It's like a hand building game.
It's a hand building game, and I love this one because it's got the hand building aspect. It's got an economic aspect where you're buying the ships, and the ships are what score you the points. So the economic stuff, like your points aren't on the same cards you pick up in your hand, like Concordia. Instead, the points are based on the ships you buy, and it's wonderful. It scales well at all numbers, and you know it's his latest game, and it's probably one of his greatest games.
Cool.
So my number 66 is Asking for Troubles.
Oh, an
The
orange game.
Orange.
Like this game is just so like all orange and blue. That's honestly all you see when you first open it. I just really like this because you have like the different aliens, and then you start with like like one ship, I think, and then you like, or is it two?
I don't remember if you start with 2 or however, but you get
start
more.
with
Yeah, you get, like,
You
more.
start with 2 and you get more.
I just like the artwork is like a silly alien artwork, and so this game was just a lot of fun.
It's a
because-
pretty solid worker
yeah.
placement game.
It looked very kiddish, but like the game itself was like really.
Yeah, it's a great game. So you obviously play on the dark side, the nighttime side with the orange and blue, not on the orange and white
I
side.
think, and I'm not 100% sure on this, I think when they remade it, they got rid of the white and orange side. It was
really?
It was too hard to read.
It was.
I don't think we purposely picked it because it was just the blue and orange. It just was better looking.
Yeah, we're
It's
not, no
really
affiliation. Yeah, with
No,
any football
exactly.
team.
I like blue better than white anyway. So.
So my number 65 is History of the World. It's still a classic. It's being reprinted this year again.
Someone is reprinting it, I believe. It's an older game. It was reprinted. It was originally published by Ragnar Brothers.
Yes.
And then it was in, I think, 2000, Avalon Hill did a version of it.
Yes.
New Avalon Hill with
90,
Hasbro.
more like 94, but yeah, that was a long time ago. It was about 94 when they did it. No, Avalon Hill did a 94 version, then they did a 2000 version after Hasbro bought them.
Oh, okay.
There was 2 versions.
All right, yeah, they did one with it was a nicer looking version.
Yes, with minis, and then it came out a few times. A Brief History of the World, and now History of the World. I want to say Z-Man's doing it. Is what I think it is.
I don't know, but you can look it up online.
I think it's part of the Asmodee group. Let's just say that much. And History of the World is still one of the best fighting Civ kind of games where you're moving along the map and you're taking over territories, and you're constantly taking over territories. Sort of like a, I guess, small worldy kind of thing, but much deeper kind of game than those.
All right.
Okay, so my number 65 is Abyss.
Ooh, a pretty game.
Yeah, except the cover is kind of creepy.
No, it covers is amazing.
It's a Cthulhu-y thing.
No, it's
or
not really
whatever
Cthulhu.
you'd call
Like
it.
fish
it's-
from the deep.
It's yeah.
Yeah, like my dad said, it is a very nice looking game. The pearls, getting them out of the cup is a pain, but I liked how you're trying to like get the different cards, like it was like the different colors, and then you're trying to get the different lords to get the different territories, and I just thought it was a lot of fun.
It really is good. It's an underrated game, I think. It's a game people don't talk about much today, but I still have it in my collection because I just think it's an excellent game.
It is.
Yeah. So my number 64 is a deck builder, a different kind of deck builder. It's A Few Acres of Snow.
See, this is interesting because this one is quote unquote broken.
Yes, but I love war games. I love deck builders, and to mix the two was such a novel idea, and it's still a great game. And yes, there are strategies that will do better, but now I've personally found, and I was one of the first people to do that strategy of going around, and I didn't actually go to Halifax. I skipped that and went right to the corner spot and then came around to Quebec. But now I found strategies where you could be the French side and get around that. But again, when those strategies first came out, it was all about culling your deck, doing like the chapel strategy of Dominion. But I still feel that the idea of a game where your deck is based on what territories you have. So as you take different territories, they build into your deck and they give you different powers. Is really cool, and it worked well as turning a deck builder into a war game.
What about his other sequels to this? I think, was it Moonshell Invaders?
No, Mythotopia.
Mythotopia,
Which
that's what I meant.
Mythotopia is amazing as well. Plays very much like Small World. Multiplayer, and then Handful of Stars as well is the third in the series, which is also more on the Small World multiplayer style version, but obviously in space. And all three of them are amazing. I mean, Martin Wallace did an amazing job with these games, and if you're looking for the next level of deck builder and looking for something more that has combat and other things in it, these games are all great.
All right.
Okay, so my number 64, this one will forever be on like my top 100 because it's just so much fun. Cash and Guns.
Makes sense.
Can we practice now?
Yes.
No, because we don't have the guns. Oh, okay. Ninja Star. Woo! Okay.
Hit that kid over there. Okay, keep going.
I really like Cash and Guns because I do like the whole foam guns or like even the ninja. Why do you keep looking at the pencil?
I was seeing if you made a mark on the wall.
I didn't.
No, it's okay.
Who taught you to throw game things around? All right, continue.
I just like the foam guns and even like the Ninja Stars. That's like an expansion, right? Like the Ninja Stars.
Ninja
and
Stars. I like them too.
Ninja Stars, the Uzi.
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of fun, like trying to like point guns with either like actually shooting them or just like the click cards. I really like Cash and Guns. It's like one of my favorite party games.
Someone was just telling me that they played a game of paintball. Cash and Guns with paintball. And they showed me a video of it. They did a video. You can find it on YouTube.
They were in a paintball place?
Yeah, they like all stood and they had two guns. So one had paintballs and the other one didn't. So people didn't know which one was which, right? So they'd point one at you, and then I'd be like, I would drop out almost every time. Like,
I don't want to get hit with a paintball.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so my number 63, we just did filled videos recently.
Yes.
And my number 63 is one of the ones you forgot, but I love. It's In the Year of the Dragon.
I'm going to guess right now that there's at least 4 or 5 Felds in Jason's top 100.
There might be a couple more Felds after this, but
In the Year of the Dragon. It's a mean game.
It's not a mean game. It's one of those games where you have to keep your head above water. There's going to be calamities that come out, and you need to survive the calamities. And the whole game is about keeping your head above water, but it's just well done. I mean, you only could buy a certain amount of things. You're kind of bidding. You're placing out your things to take the different things that you need, and it's very well done. I love fighting calamities. There's nothing wrong with fighting calamities in a game and having to, stay above water.
All right.
Okay, so
Not my style, but
number 63. This game has by far my favorite minis, like different figures in it. This is Crossmaster Arena. I love their figures. They're just adorable. I also really like how if you don't know how to play, it's a really easy to learn game because the rule book has like the actual maps that you can play in and teach you how to use the different abilities that you have.
it's a really nice tutorial system for sure.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Crossmaster Arena, just the art of it. Like we got rid of the sliding trees and like actually got trees, which was nice because I didn't like those.
Although we got the little plastic
You mean
trees.
the cardboard trees?
I don't like those because they didn't stand. And like the little boxes, I was like trying to build them and they'll just fall apart. And I was just like,
I've always wondered, like, if we had the Indian in the cupboard, what would happen if I put the Crossmaster figures in it? They come out, they're like, ah, then their head would fall over. They're like, my head is so big.
the legs in the air. Yep.
Be a sad story. All right, what do you got?
No, Crossmaster is great. My number 62 is a game that hasn't gotten a lot of credit, and I don't understand why. And I've been waiting for an expansion for it. It's Elysium.
Yeah, you might be waiting a while. It's a good game, but I don't think it's getting an expansion.
I've been waiting for more gods in this. I really love this game. I love how you have a certain amount. You don't play with everything. You only play with some of the gods, and you're kind of drafting and getting cards and trying to build a tableau of the different gods you have. And it's a wonderful drafting tableau kind of game, and it really, when you talk about games that need an expansion or games that went under the radar, it feels like it was hyped at the time, and it feels like it's really under the radar now.
It is, because any game that's older than that is going to eventually fade away. But it had some really cool mechanisms in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it too a lot. So good choice, but probably no expansion.
I wish.
Okay, so my number 62 is Clank. I'm also including Space Ink Clank with this. Well, that's also because I had to make room for a game that I had forgotten to put on my.
Wait, so you're saying they would have, if you hadn't done that thing, they would have actually taken 2 slots?
Yes.
Oh, you really like Clank then, huh?
Actually, Space Ink Clank is above.
Clank in space.
Space Clank.
Space is not in the. Okay.
Clank in space.
With
Sorry.
all the extra exclamation points that's not needed. I really like this game because I do like trying to go in. Like I said, I like the space one better because I like how you have to go through instead of the whole grab one, get out thing. Because I always had the fear of like trying to get the better ones, but also keeping an eye on the other people, making sure they didn't do that and like completely leave me stranded and like not finishing the game.
Right.
The space one, like I said, I like that because you have to actually go through and get like all this different stuff to actually be able to get something to get the point, and then get out before you die. Because I played the space one like once and I died. That's how the person who won the game won, because everyone else just died.
I always die, so I don't know what we're talking about.
But it was a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, Clank is good. That's another example of taking deck building to a different level.
I agree.
Because there's the deck building and there's also the game part of it.
Yes,
So.
and with the space one, you get a changing map every time, which is also cool. So my number 61,
Together.
and I think I'll make Tom smile on this one, because it's a new game, Gloomhaven.
Wait, this is mathematically problematic to me because if it didn't make your top 10 of last year, then that means all your top 10 of last year must be on your list by either that or you like Gloomhaven more than you said.
Well, I played Gloomhaven with Tom, and I hadn't played it for a while. But I just got
I
my
have not
whole
played
set
it
of
at all.
Gloomhaven in. Kenny kickstarted it for me, as we know, because I don't actually do my own Kickstarters. I got my whole set of
know this.
Gloomhaven, and now I've been playing it. And the more I play it, the more I like it.
It's a really amazing game.
And I'm not a dungeon crawl kind of person.
That's because this is more like puzzly than dungeon crawler.
Yes, this is more puzzly, and that's why I like it. I love the whole, which of the 2 cards do I choose? I play this one goes out, and your deck is your life, and it's such a unique mechanic. And no, it's not my number 1 like some other person here, but it's my number 61.
It's your number 1? Oh, okay.
I haven't even played the game.
It's my number 61, and I really, really, really like it. I think it's phenomenal, and I'm glad that I finally was able to get a copy and play it more, and then realize how much I like it.
All right.
Okay, so my 61 is Sushi Go. I felt bad because when I did make this, I had like all this stack of note cards, and I think someone got into them and made me.
Was this
lose a
because you heard me
couple.
talking about Sushi Go earlier?
Yeah.
right.
So I had to put it in because I'm like, it's not on my list, and I know it would be. There's actually another game on the list. I had to do that too.
It happens to all of us, for sure.
Yeah, like this last couple of days was just a whole bunch of me trying to like, oh wait, I forgot this game, put it in. Well, no, I have to fix it again. But I really like Sushi Go. I like you trying to collect the different types of sushis and getting them, and also keeping an eye on other people, making sure they don't get certain types of sushi so that they get more points than you do. So like you'll try to get them, but not too much so that you hurt yourself and not get enough points. And I like the Sushi Go Party because it has like the more sushi, and it's just a lot of fun. And like different utensils too. Like there's like the cup and chopsticks.
And drafting's always an awesome mechanic in a
Yes.
game.
I do like drafting. Alrighty, well, I am still amazed. They both have said they like each other's games, but we have seen 0 crossovers so far.
That's because I haven't played like more than half of the games.
But you played a lot of the ones he said, and I know he's played the ones you said. We'll see what happens. I'm still angry about this Dice Master thing. We'll talk about this later, off video. Alright. Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Melody.
Jason Levine.
The top 100 games of all time.
Woo!